Seriously, who have I got to fuck around here to get on camera?
Rolling.
Alien Covenant. 38 years on from where it all began, Ridley Scott returns again to direct the follow-up to Prometheus. But how did the 6th film in the Alien franchise perform at this weekend's box office? Fortunately, Movie Pilot's box office breakdown is here to help.
This is weird. What are the odds of finding human vegetation this far from Earth?
Against its $100 million budget, a domestic opening of $36 million plus $81.9 million overseas may sound reasonable. But, considering Ridley Scott wants the franchise to be as big as Star Wars, Alien Covenant's domestic performance is mediocre at best. Only just edging past Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which made $35 million in its 3rd week. A mixture of lukewarm reviews, an R rating, and indifference towards the continuation of the prequel series, ahead of Neil Blomkamp's proposed Alien 5, may have contributed to the underwhelming opening. How does it stack against the mothership of its predecessor, Prometheus, as well as the rest of the franchise? Let's dive in and take a look. Fans of Alien had to wait 15 years after Alien Resurrection for another straight-up installment, Alien vs Predator aside. With Prometheus, Ridley Scott returned to the franchise with the beginning of a new prequel series. The film, which began to tell the beginning of the origin of the xenomorphs, clearly had an appeal. Made on the biggest budget yet of $120 to $130 million, Prometheus made a worldwide total of $403.4 million. Its opening of $51 million domestically perhaps puts some perspective on Covenant's performance. Back in 1979, this original genre-defining, chest-bursting classic was made by Ridley Scott on a modest budget of around $10 million. The film, introducing Ellen Ripley, opened to $3.5 million, with conflicting reports on its final worldwide gross ranging from $102.9 million to $203.6 million. But wait, that was a long time ago, a time when you could buy a house for less than $60,000. Take inflation into account, and its worldwide total could be as high as $673 million. That's an eye-watering pocket-lining 67 times the budget. James Cameron, a director you may know from small-time hits such as Titanic and The Terminator, took the reins for the 1986 sequel, Aliens, a film that many fans even prefer to the original for its alien-splattering M41A pulse rifles. Made on a bigger budget of $18 million, Aliens opened to $10 million, with a worldwide total of $131.1 million. In today's money, that's around $287 million, or 15.94 recurring the times of the budget, according to my smartphone calculator.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Surely, after such success, the next installment will be a classic. It has to be, especially with youngster Newt joining the franchise. What a great foil for Ellen Ripley. She'll stick around for years, right? Wrong. David Fincher stepped up to direct Alien 3 in 1992, a film that was rife with creative issues. After killing off Newt in the opening scene, Ripley finds herself isolated on Fury 161, where male inmates pose almost as much as a threat as the xenomorph itself. Fincher had a vastly increased budget of $55 million. The film opened to $19.4 million, with a worldwide total of $159.8 million. Domestically, it was considered a flop, making just $55.4 million in North America. Having sacrificed herself at the end of Alien 3, Ripley, much like the franchise itself, was resurrected in 1997 with Jean-Pierre Jeunet at the helm. Alien Resurrection is widely regarded by fans as the weakest installment of the Alien series. Despite having a much increased budget of $60 to $70 million, the film made less than Alien 3 in its opening, with $16.4 million. Its worldwide total was slightly better at $161.4 million, but domestically it's the least successful Alien installment, making just $47.7 million. All in all, Covenant has opened its way to a respectable 3rd place finish in the Alien Hall of Fame. Is it worth watching? Well, if visceral alien gore and Michael Fassbender flute fingering is your cup of tea, it's one not to miss. Make sure you come back next week for another exciting Movie Pilot box office breakdown. I'll see you then.